Look, there is a beast there. The beast is screaming. The beast. Okay, so we have the cats here. The cats are eating. Proper nutrition is very important for progression. Now, intro. Give us an intro. What's this video about?
Well, we debated about making this video about progression because we have not been progressing very fast ourselves. And we kind of have a bit of imposter syndrome talking about this. But at the same time...
Oh, the cat doesn't want to progress. It left. Anyway, keep talking.
At the same time, it is because we're older and slower. You may find this more relatable to where you're at, which is why we decided that we're going to make this.
So yeah, I guess for progression, just try to be patient and know that the progression is not always linear. Sometimes you go a little bit forward, sometimes you go a little bit back.
It's the crashes like this not only make us question our progression, but also our life choices.
But the overall thing matters. And the condition's sometimes just not good for it too, so you have to know. And I say set goals. Know what you want to get and work towards it. And then just break it down into small components and steps. So if you want to do an advanced trick like doobie loop, for instance, you don't just go and do a doobie loop, because then you're gonna eat shit hard. What you do first, you work on your front roll to control the kite. Then you do a boogie loop. After that you do some doobie contrasts when you look at the kite and make sure it's in the right spot before you commit. And then if you feel comfortable at some point, you try the doobie loop. So it's all the building blocks, and the more you break it down, the safer it's gonna be.
It's important to film yourself because a lot of the times you would think you're doing something until you see a video, you're like, wow, I'm actually doing something else completely different.
So here I was convinced that I was doing a sushi roll, but then on the video I saw that I'm actually doing a back roll kite loop. I also thought that I was looping my kite late, but looking at the video I was looping way too early. That's why the loop was aggressive and I was getting dropped.
And another secret we have is to take coaching. A good coach would be able to identify the thing that went wrong in a certain trick, and they will give you steps to work towards it. Right now we have a great one. We're putting his info down below.
For example, this back row send jump board off to add it. I was struggling with the timing of the board off and the kite steering until we took the coaching call, and our coach pointed out that I need to grab the board and take it off much sooner, and I was able to land it finally.
Yeah, so filming yourself, I think it's one of the most important things you can do. And you can obviously have your partner film you with a GoPro, or you can put an Insta360 on the beach, or have someone film you with the phone. It doesn't matter. But the important thing is to look at your videos and be patient and honest with yourself. Don't just be disappointed because everyone thinks they went bigger. But just be honest with yourself and analyze what you did and compare it with YouTube videos of the pros or people doing the trick. Analyze it in slow motion and ask yourself, am I doing that? Am I doing something else? Right, so here I was kind of trying to do that sushi roll, but then thanks to the video I realized it's very different than whatever Mike McDonald does and whatever Baby Shark does. As you can see here, they're rotating after the takeoff. I'm rotating from the takeoff. Another thing that my coach pointed out thanks to the videos is that when I do late back rolls, I lean back. And that's totally unnecessary and creates a lot of line slack, which is why I sometimes crash them. So yeah, as you can see, videos are very helpful.
Another very important thing is don't ignore the foundations, especially the pop. The pop is the mother of all tricks. If your takeoff is wrong, many things could go wrong on top of that. And sometimes you have to do additional wrong things to compensate for your sucking pop. That is the reason that if you have a solid freestyle, it's much easier to transition into big air, but most of the time it's not the other way around.
So here we have Claudio, the freestyler, sending a big popped front roll. Then we have Pascal. He's trying to do a back roll kite loop, but the pop didn't work, so he had to cancel. Now here's the back roll kite loop with better pop. And then kiting with Joao Filho from Macapá. He's always jumping twice as high. And that's the pop. Look at his takeoff. Look how he's edging. Look how the board is sideways to the water. Look at the J-curve. Look at the wake he generates. Look at the speed he's going with. And finally, look how high he goes and how vertical. That's all pop.
I think it's quite important to be able to trick both ways. Obviously, first you need to develop the jump both ways, but once you do, you will notice that back roll one way becomes a front roll the other way. Loop one way becomes a contra loop the other way. And so then you can double down on your tricks. For instance, Yulin can do a late back roll to the left, and she can do a contra late front to the right.
When I tried that contra late front the first time, I was pleasantly surprised by how familiar it felt.
I was made aware today by my coach that sushi roll to the left is boogie contra to the right. So this is really interesting because it's like you're doubling the investment and working harder on a trick you want to get.
So here it's me and Yulin trying contra loops both ways. And with the front roll, with the back roll, it really opens up a lot of doors. If you can do all those rotation, you will have many, many more tricks than you think you could.
And don't forget, blind one way is wrap the other way. And the number one important thing is to have fun. Have some self-acceptance. Acknowledge that we're old, we're untalented, we're not 15-year-old pros, we're not going to be nailing 3 new tricks every session. Yeah, this is something that I personally struggle with because, you know, the Asian upbringing is not helping. At the end of the day, if you could appreciate the tricks you have and appreciate the fact that you're even able to get out on the water, that's going to be the most important thing.
So, like, you know, sometimes you just can't progress because of the condition or the wind or whatever, but you can always work on the components of a trick you want to get. Another thing is, like, just go and have fun. Sometimes throwing big loops or even working on board-offs or grabs or just going for big jumps. It just could be super fun. So, like, yeah, appreciate every time you're on the water.
I'm fucking...
Oh yeah! Nice.
Ben, what do you think about this one? Is it the winner?
That's definitely the winner of the day for sure. Plus 10 points for him. This one.
So we're doing a Kai Homies video about progression.
Oh.
Oh no.
So what are the ways that we can progress safely?
Well, for starters, you need to be 15.
You
And
should
if
wear a wetsuit so
Yeah.
you don't get water in your butthole.
Yeah, that is a good tip for sure.
Is this the kind of video we're making?
When you know you're gonna crash, put a thick wetsuit on. It helps. No board shorts.
Did something happen to your man?